Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So we've seen some training footage released here recently by Ryan Garcia. We've also seen some videos from some of his social media where it appears that he has been drinking wine. He drank from a bottle. I don't know if what was actually in the bottle, but certainly it was a wine bottle. And we saw what happened during the last presser with Devin Haney. He seemed a little bit edgy, tense, not fully there. Now he did go on record stating something to the effect of he's about to troll. So for what it's worth, he's gonna be trolling, what have you. But I don't know, man. Some people think he's trolling. Other people think he's not. My issue with what I'm seeing from Ryan Garcia is twofold, right? So if you think about it from a promoting standpoint, this is no way to promote a fight, right? Talking about drinking, looking as though you're falling apart, running, asking people about do they support pedophiles. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And, I get if you are really passionate about human trafficking, so forth and so on, and that's work that you should be doing in your community. But at the same time, that's not necessarily appropriate during training camp or as you're preparing for a fight and you're running up to random people asking them, do they support pedophiles? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to me. So that's not the appropriate way to train for a fight, nor is it the appropriate way to try to throw off your opponent, right? So if you want your opponent to believe that you're going to come into the ring and you are going to be less than your best, then why wouldn't you just leak rumors that you're having troubles in camp or put out rumors that, you're only working on this when in reality you're working on something completely different. If you're trying to throw off your opponent, certainly, at least in my mind, you wouldn't go to appearing to be an alcoholic or drinking or having any kind of emotional or mental breakdown. That's not the way that you would try to throw your opponent off. So it's concerning. And then the thing that gets me when I look at the training footage, it's really the reaction of Derrick James, right? When you see Derrick James in these videos, he looks lost. He looks disturbed. One video that I actually did a short on, and forgive me because I'm being funny in some of these shorts, right? Because they're meant to be entertaining to some extent. But one of those shorts, Derrick James, as the heavy bag work concluded, the posture, the body language would suggest that he's ashamed, that he didn't want to be there, that he is not enjoying all this stuff that is strictly for show and for the camera. And so that right there tells me that this is not fake. You know what I mean? Like Derrick James' body language would suggest that this is not fake. This is what Ryan Garcia is really doing. And I've seen people say, of course, Ryan is not showing you everything he's working on. Of course he's not. No one shows you everything that they're currently working on in regards to their training, because of course they're giving up the advantage if they show you everything that they're doing. But still, that body language from Derrick James would suggest that things are not quite going right in camp. So I don't know if this is a situation. Now, a lot of people believe that Ryan Garcia is going to pull out of this fight. My gut feeling is he's not. I know Jason believes he's going to pull out of this fight. I don't believe he's going to pull out of the fight. I actually think he's going to make it to the fight. I just don't think he's going to perform very well. And I think he's building in an excuse right now with the way that he's behaving, because he didn't behave this way for the Gervonta Davis fight. And to be quite honest with you, Tank Davis was a much greater pressure fight, if you will, in terms of like the level of pressure that I believe a fighter would be up under because of how big the fight was, because of the name and the cachet that Gervonta Davis' name carries. I just feel like that is the fight that if he was going to fold under pressure, it would have been that fight. So it's odd to me that in this particular fight, he is just falling apart seemingly in front of our very eyes. It's odd. I don't think he's going to pull out of the fight. I think after this fight, Ryan needs to take a break, and I mean a very long break. Whatever's currently going on with him, from a mental health perspective, I feel like he needs to just take a break. And it's not like he's been under extreme scrutiny in the sport. It's not like he's some protege that is trying to live up to the expectations of society or his peers or the critics in the sport that he's in. So I don't get why he's under so much extreme pressure. Not to say that it's not real, not to say that it's not something that can occur and should occur. But at this point, I just think kids should just step away. It's just that simple. And I don't even know if Derrick James, I would imagine that this is going to be Derrick James' last time in his camp, more than likely, because no trainer worth a salt is going to want to deal with this. And it appears that, he's gone through several trainers now, Eddie Reynoso, now Derrick James. I'm losing his, I can see his face, but I can't call his name right now. But the trainer prior to Derrick James, he's gone through a number of trainers, and it just seems like the feedback, at least, not necessarily from the trainers, but just general feedback that you hear through boxing circles, is that it's like a babysitting job with the guy. And, no trainer worth a salt is going to want to deal with that. If you are a trainer, you're going to come in there, you're going to lay down the letter of the law, and this is the way the training camp is going to work, or you're going to step. And I don't believe, at least in my personal opinion, that Ryan Garcia is a big enough name for Derrick James to just put up with a bunch of crap. Surprised that he's even continuing down this path. I mean, Derrick has had a really bad stretch of months here recently. I can't say it's his fault. Some of it is his fault for the performance that we saw with Errol, but some of it is just, I don't know, man. Maybe you should have just thought differently about some of the fighters that you're working with, or maybe your stable's too big. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is becoming very concerning to me in regards to what it is that he's doing. I don't believe that this fight is going to be, I mean, his speed may give Devin some problems early on, but I think after that, I just don't think Ryan's there. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't believe this situation where he's just trolling. That body language from Derrick James would suggest otherwise. So it is what it is. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Is Ryan Garcia, is he trolling everybody, or is this situation where, he's struggling and we should expect a dominant performance yet again from Devin Haney? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and I am